Well, howdy there, pipe pals. I'm back at you. Okay, well, I couldn't resist trying a bowl in this beautiful new little meerschaum sent to me by my friend. He knows who he is, old Grandpa. I'll just say Grandpa C. That might give you a kind of a hint without totally giving it away. But I'm smoking this beautiful gift that he sent to me. Springtime in a bowl here. Galwith Hogarth. Innenroll or Innendale Blake. Innendale Blake. And you know what? It is a very delicate tobacco. It's a very perfumed tobacco. In fact, it's a lot like incense. I like that. A very sweet yet delicate incense. I've always said that pipe smoking is incense for the soul. Very different, very light, and yet there is a true flavor. In fact, it almost tastes like it smells. It's a very light, delicate bouquet. I'm ordering some of this. I'm going to order a 100 gram tin of this if I can find it. It's kind of rare that I try a pipe tobacco for the very first time, and pretty much it's like, wow, I think I fell in love with this stuff. I wish now I hadn't smoked my Sillum's Red. Oh well. I took my Sillum's Red to the prom, and so, well, here, but I met someone else. I'm such a two-timer. Oh. But, oh my goodness. Springtime in a bowl. I think, Ed? Anyway, you know who you are. Hope I didn't mess up there. Hope that's okay. Thanks for your gifts. And again, you are 100% right on with this. Man, light. Wow. Okay. This one is a home run, folks. There's no doubt about it. So go out there and try it. That's all I'm going to say. And again, big thank you to Grandpa C. Okay, well, now that I've got a pipe going, I just want to share some ideas and thoughts with you. Boy, I could sit here and just listen to music, smoke this, look at the rose bushes outside. Delicious. Absolutely. Heavenly. Oh, by the way, I was thinking, this is a very nice Missouri meerschaum. And, but I was wondering, I don't know the answer to this. I mean, I guess I could research it and find out. And my guess would be somewhere in the world, there exists a Dunhill corncob. I mean, a real one. I know a couple people had fun, put a little white dot on their stem there and, legacy dot. But the thing is, I'm wondering if Dunhill actually made a corncob. Maybe they did. I'll bet you somebody in the UK would certainly know that, our resident expert on Dunhills. So, Chris, if you're watching, let me know if you know if Dunhill made a corncob of any kind of a corncob. I wouldn't be surprised for the novelty's sake of it. Who knows? Little English hunt music in the background. Oh, it's just so appropriate. And I should have a nice little tea with a tea cozy on there and some tea cups with bone china. Oh, it'd be great. The only thing that make it greater is just having you all show up. Yeah. Lighting up a bowl of your favorite blends and passing them around. That's not about the really neat thing about some of their pipe meetups, wherever it's here in Northern California or Southern California or Indiana or Arizona or Florida or New York or Chicago, or you get together with some of these good people that you see on YouTube, and then you get a chance to. Most of the time I go there, they're everybody's sharing. That's one of the cool things about that, is people are just, hey, try this, or let me give you this, and it's just really a lot of, cross pollination, if you will, as far as sharing our love of the hobby. It's just a lot of fun. Meeting new people. And seeing old friends and old favorites. Hey, has anybody seen old Theo Backinist out there? Haven't seen hide nor hair of him. He's probably out traveling the world again. Probably in some museum or picking up some very esoteric pipe purchases. One of the things I was gonna talk. I'm on supposedly kind of like a retreat week, and it's kind of hard to do retreat and then still. Anyway, I won't get into the politics of it, but haven't been feeling really good. Got some soreness in my neck and my shoulders, and I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. Maybe just my diet, because my diet for the last 2 months has just been terrible. Now I'm happy to say, Benedictus Deus in Secula, blessed be God forever. I started back on my diet Sunday night. It's Tuesday night now, so really being really conscientious about, again, the diet, just being really, really super good and staying the course on that, because I was eating a lot of flour and sugar, and when I do a lot of flour and sugar, my arthritis, which I didn't know I had until about 2 or 3 years ago, flares up really bad. And I noticed it in my hands, but for some reason I think I'm noticing it now in my neck for the first time. So I think that's probably what a lot of it is. And I know that when I stop with the sugar and the wheat, and I eat normally, I eat my regular good diet, my healthy diet, within about 10 days, all those symptoms go away. And so I'm kind of looking forward to, it's a good experiment, I should say, experiment of one. And just kind of waiting to see, if it's been my diet, which I suspect that it probably has been. Plus, the exercise has, because I've been sore and stiff, I haven't been exercising the way I should. I've been walking just about every day. And now that the sun is out more and it's getting to be warm, I need to get out there and do an afternoon or an evening walk. And I need to start doing that. I did the morning ones really well. About 3 miles in the morning, and should do another 3 miles in the evening, and that makes it a total of 6 for the day, which is good for me. But anyway, so I've been kind of here, and today was actually my official day off, and that's always just a nice little thing to have. What I was going to say is, one of the things that I've been wanting to talk about, because it's something I've been seeing in my own life, and then I've been seeing it or talked about by other people in their lives, and it's called hoarding. Hoarding. And I guess I am a borderline hoarder. I mean, look at all this stuff. I'm a very sentimental person. I'm just going to be honest about that. You know, somebody gives me a little gift and I just have the hardest time getting rid of things. Now, I don't mind giving things away to people that I really like, or I think are really going to enjoy it as much as I do, and don't mind sharing things, and that's okay. But I hold on to things because I just don't like to throw things away. I don't like to waste things. I mean, it's a little bit embarrassing, but you go to my refrigerator and there's lots of things in there that you might want to say, you know, I think you need to throw that out. But I keep thinking, well, I'm going to eat that tomorrow. Sometimes the things I eat are probably not the healthiest. I mean, they probably have passed their expiration date, you know. But anyway, I know it sounds a little gross. Sorry. It's really not that bad. You know, we're talking leftovers, and there is a point where I realize, you know, that's been in there way too long. I'm not going to consume that. No, thank you. But I have a lot of things, and I'm sure you do too, in our technological world that are still perfectly functioning. I have there was a thing called zip drives. Anybody remember zip drives? Omega zip drives. And I had purchased a really cool kind of, actually it was like a portable zip drive. I played with it just a couple of weeks ago. Man, when I first got here, I saw it and pulled it out and said, this probably doesn't even work. It's like, you know, 15 years old. Yeah, it works fine. I have a couple of those little discs with discs. They're like little cassettes almost. And the thing that's interesting is that it perfectly works. There's no problems with it whatsoever. Now the only problem is that technologically it's like 100 megabyte, you know, cassette thing. You know, it's like 100 megabytes. What's that? That's nothing. You know, you got little jump drives that have 32, 36 gigabytes on them now. For crying out loud. Little, you know, jump drives, little thumb drives. Incredible. I remember the first time I got a 6 gigabyte hard drive, and I was like going, whoa. Actually, I think it was a 1 gigabyte hard drive. And I'm thinking, wow, that's amazing. And now, but again, here's this technology that still works. I have little digital recorders, back when digital recorders were kind of cool. I have the little mini cassette recorders that still work. I suppose you can still buy some of these things, you know, like little tapes and things like that online. Very nice, very delicate. A very delicate, kind of like lacy pipe tobacco, you know, very, very genteel. The perfect springtime. Springtime in a bowl. There you go. Anyway, so for Lent, and I got started way late. In fact, I didn't get started. I saw this on the internet. Somebody said what they tried to do is they try to get rid of. This would be a challenge for me. I could do it. I certainly have the material to do it. But they tried. Maybe it was a week. Every week of Lent, they would box up a box of stuff that they were no longer using and donate it. Or give it to somebody. Now I like that. And so I started thinking, you know, even though I'm kind of moved in here, and I have things set up kind of the way I like it, there's some projects that I will eventually get to. But one of my projects is to kind of go through all the stuff I brought here that sits in boxes. And honestly go through and say, am I ever going to need this again? Because I hate to rebuy things. That's one of the things I don't like to do. And again, I have a lot of sentimental things. I have a lot of church-related things that I use for ministry from time to time. And so those I'll keep, certainly. But just looking at things that I really don't need, because I spent several trips coming up here, and that's ridiculous. Things can be really nice, possessions can be wonderful, but when they start to possess you, that's when you got to reevaluate and kind of say, okay, it's time to let go of things. So, excuse me. So I was just thinking about hoarding. Are you a hoarder? Do you hold on to things? You know, I don't know. A lot of us, I think it's interesting. We share our little YouTube lives, and I think a lot of times people just are their real selves, and you see where they live and everything. And some people are into music, and some people are into such and such a things, and and you get a chance to. It's almost like a little virtual being invited into their home, and you share a little bit of their living space and their okay, and you can kind of look around their rooms and say, oh, look what they got, and kind of say, oh, well, what's that over there? What's that book that he's got on his shelf? What kind of pipe tobaccos does he have? What kind of pipes does he have? What kind of little knickknacks does he have or she have? Whatever. So anyway, I've noticed that a lot of people tend to be, they have nice sentimental things, and I think a lot of people are kind of very, again, I think they're very sensitive, sentimental people, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a judgment call. It's just, that's just the way I think a lot of us are. Some people, I remember years back watching some videos, people were, talking about shaving, guys were talking about, straight razors and brushes and all that, stuff, paraphernalia for shaving, but more from a kind of a 19th century or early 20th century perspective of shaving. We kind of tend to like classical things, traditional things. But some people like skateboards. Like the Dagners, they love skateboards. True. Anyway, so I don't know if you're a hoarder. How do you manage something like that? And I'm sure Jay has already talked about this topic, but anyway, this is my first time talking about it, so I just that's what I wanted to talk about. Hoarding, and when do you cut the ties? When do you cut the old umbilical and say, this is time for this to go? And I enjoyed it for a while, but it's time to let it go. I was talking to somebody today, and they love riding motorcycles, but they're 63 years old, and they have a couple of fused vertebrae, and the doctor said you really can't safely ride a motorcycle anymore. And they got rid of their motorcycle, a year ago or so. And I said, I bet you miss it. And the guy says, no, not really. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to say. Get on here and share this very, what? I tell you what, that is, I can't really, I don't think of, I like smoking a pipe most year round. And I smoke lots of different blends, as you all know. Still love my pirate cake. Yes, I still have some. Well, a whole bunch of pirate cake, you know that. But, I never thought of springtime blends, truly. I've always thought of, fall and winter, certainly. And, but this truly is, I think, if there ever was a springtime blend, this definitely would be, I would think, one of the top 5. No doubt about it. It is cool. I'm smoking it. This is the very first time, by the way. No tongue bite. No tongue bite. And this is just one flake. This is just one flake. Man, it's great. I could see raking leaves with this out. or watering the lawn, I should say. Well, oops, we can't water the lawn. We're here in California. Don't tell anybody. But we're not supposed to water anything anymore. Now, all the water is just about gone here in California. So if you want to do something nice for Californians, you know, send us a gallon of water or something. That'd be nice. But yeah, that's kind of that's another thing, you know, a little bit concerning. Something to be concerned about is the drought here. You know, I'm wondering if I should only take a shower once a month. Don't think my parishioners would like that too well. But of course, if I had this beautiful pipe tobacco kind of perfuming my essence, I guess, probably wouldn't be too bad. Probably get away with it. This is just absolutely delightful. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching. I know it's another long one. I actually cut out one segment. I had 3 segments, so this one isn't as long as I thought it was going to be. So anyway, I'm basically going to just put it together and upload it tonight, a little bit later. But I just wanted to say thanks again to old Grandpa C for this wonderful introduction here on this beautiful pipe tobacco. It is wow, it's amazing. You know, as I've been sitting here puffing on it here for the last 20 some odd minutes, I'll tell you, it does remind me of incense. I use a very beautiful. I mean, I like incense, period, but some incense can be kind of pungent, like some pipe tobaccos. And it can be a bit harsh. I mean, like I said, I love it, but some people just can't abide it. So I found Byzantine incense to be very, very floral and light, and not doesn't have quite the same, doesn't cause quite the same allergic reaction. People are actually surprised. But it's a very, very, has a beautiful bouquet. You know, it smells like roses, you know, Russian gardenia, or, you know, beautiful, beautiful floral essences. And I haven't smoked it, though. I don't think I'd smoke it. Yeah, I think that'd be a little bit, no, I don't think that would be wise even. No. But anyway, so thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a great springtime. Summertime's coming up. So anyway, we'll see you later. Have a wonderful, lovely spring evening.